All right, this video is for the guards. We're going to start off watching power. So this is at the beginning of the game. They came out in a three front. That's why it's very important that we stick to our rules and know our rules, because we could practice against a certain front all week, and they can come out in a completely different one. And we need to be able to adjust to that and be able to block any front that we see by just trusting our rules. So here our rule is gap on double. There's no one in our gap. There's no one on us. So we should be doubling with the center, working to the backside backer. Okay. And then on the backside, obviously, we're pulling up and through the hole on this power. So Ife, you step to the front side, which we should not have been doing. We should be downing because this is a odd front here. This is a 3-4, so we shouldn't be going towards the play side. Typically on power, counter, kick, trap, on all those plays where we're blocking our backside gap, there's really no time you should be working to the front side. If you're working to the front side on any of those plays, if you're working to the front side on any play besides truck, you're probably doing something wrong. Okay, so we should be always working back or straight up on a guy. Okay, if we're working to the front side, that's not good. Okay, only on truck should we be working to the front side. Everything else, we should either be working head up or we should be working back. Okay, so Molitor does a nice job getting to that guy. Yeah, but we should not go to the front side. Now, I love everything that you do. Since you did work to the front side, you're moving your feet, you're running, you rolled your hips, you're a little high. You did false step with your first step, but I do like how you're getting after it. Okay, Burke watching you with the pull. You get out there, you find a guy, you block him. I just wish you were a little bit lower. Okay, you saw the first guy. There was a guy right in your face as you get up in the hole, so that's who you should block. That's good. Next one, they're in an odd front again. Okay, and this is kind of the same deal here. Your rule is gap on double. Okay, this guy is not covering any part of your body. So really, there should just be a down block by the tackle, and you should be helping double to the backside backer with the center. This is against a even front. Now, Burke, I'm going to say your steps and everything are fantastic. I love your galloping down here. You're trying to take this guy over, which is awesome. I love that. But here's the thing: is that we were all screwed up here, and we shouldn't be. Molitor makes a cat call all the way back to a 4 technique, which he doesn't need to do. And so we don't even block the nose. So we got to make sure we can identify kind of the front that we're seeing, and being able to make sure we're blocking accordingly, blocking the right guy. Thankfully, he doesn't even get to our running back. This is the play that we scored the touchdown on, and we don't even block the nose guard, which is quite lucky, in my opinion, that we were able to do that. So we just got to be able to identify fronts here and adjust to that. Now, Ife, I love your skip pull. You get around the crap, and then you are anticipating that linebacker right there. I'd love to see us a little bit more ready to take that block on, but here's the thing. You get enough of this guy, just enough where we're able to spring it outside and run for a touchdown. So good job finding the right place to be. Okay, we run power to the left, and now they start moving their front. Now they're in that even front. So here we should have it. This should be a cat call. So you have this guy by yourself, Ife, and we're pulling through the hole on this power. Okay, Ife, I love where your head is. Well, I love your body position. I like for you to be lower, and have your head underneath his chin. That's where we want to try to aim. The top of our helmet should be underneath the chin of the guy we're blocking. Your hands are on the outside. I'd like to see your hands get in, but here's the thing. You do have a wide base. You are pinning this guy inside, which is what we need you to do on power, which is good. Burke watching you. You get around the crap. Okay, I would just like for your feet to be a little bit more set. Okay, not taking such big steps as you're getting through there. I like to see you have short, choppier steps as you get up and through the hole. That way you can be more controlled and actually blocking this number one here instead of flying by him. Okay, so I'd like to see you a little bit more under control getting up into the hole. Okay, here I think we finally adjust what we're doing. So now we identify the nose. We see that this guy's no longer covering us. So now we're actually blocking our roll gap on double. So now we're doubling with the center, um, and we should be working to the backside backer here. And then we should be pulling for that place side backer if everything works out well. So Ife, this is very nice. I like what you do here. You gallop down. Okay, I'd like to see your foot in front though. Try to get this foot in front of Molitor's because that's going to help make sure you guys don't trip in front of each other or trip on top of each other. Your foot should be in front of his because he's lunging and you should be stepping forward. He has to lunge to get underneath this guy. So your foot should be in front. That way you guys don't trip on top of one another. But the hip disappears and you climb. And that's exactly what you should do. And you get on this linebacker here. Unfortunately, that ball hit the ground. It would have been a good play if it didn't. Okay, next power here. Okay, same thing. This is good. There's no one in your gap, no one on you, so we're working up to the backer because there's no one to double because he's catting back. We're pulling up and through the hole for power here. So Ife watching you. You can U this guy out here. You make decent contact here, but you need to get your hands inside. See how your hands are out here? I love how you roll your hips. I like to see a little bit lower underneath them. But since your hands are out here on his shoulder pads, you just have no control of the guy. Okay. If you had your hands on the inside, you'd be planting that guy in the dirt or in the turf, I guess I should say. Burke, same thing, just as you get out here. So, like right now, when you find the hole, you need to start foot firing your feet, ready to block the guy, and we could try to block him out and try to keep him out. So our running back can keep it inside. Okay. Next play, truck. Let's go to truck here. Okay, this is against an odd front here, an odd front look. So we're running truck to the left. So he looks like he's maybe a 3. So I could see where you think you have to scoop this guy. And then on the backside here, we should just be running to the backer right now. Yep, so you shuffle scoop to this guy to block him, which is good. And you get to the inside or to his outside shoulder, which is great. Here he's a 0. He's not in your gap, Burke, so you should be working up to the backer, unless you guys decided to make a scoop call, a cage scoop where you take him over and he works up. But it doesn't seem like he tries to work up, or maybe he does. It's hard to tell. And that guy's holding on to him. That could be the case. But you could also just take off for that backer as well. Okay, but they're back in their odd front look here again. Okay, so here, Ife, this is the thing. If he's a 4 technique, if he's not in your gap, if he's covering Alton, you could pull because our Y is blocking down on this 4. Okay. So only if he's lined up as a true 3 technique in your gap do you need to try to scoop him. If he's on top of Alton, you can pull or you can run and try to cut off. You don't need to worry about this guy because watch Marlowe. Marlowe is blocking down on that guy. Okay, so you and Marlowe are blocking the same guy, and that's a guy that we don't need to block. 2 guys on him. So that's where if on truck, if this guy is on and covering any part of Alton or the tackle, you don't need to worry about him. If he's kind of in the gap here, lined up here, that's when you need to scoop him. Okay. And I do see that you guys were working a backside scoop here. which is great. And Molitor's able to work up. I'm fine if we do that from now on, because Molitor has a better angle if we can get this guy scooped. Okay, next one. Okay, run truck to the left again. So same thing, Ife. So this guy is not a 3 technique. He's not in the gap. He is on Alton. So if that's the case, I know we did that against Owatonna, but we're not going to do that anymore. If he's a 4, our Y is going to block down on him, and you can pull as well. So we could have 2 pullers getting out there, or if you feel more comfortable just running to cut off, you could do that as well. But I'd really like for you to pull as well because you're such a good puller. And I think you kind of realize it here that Marlowe's blocking him as well. Okay, Burke, your rule is gap on. There's a guy on you, so you're going to scoop him. You're going to shuffle scoop. That's good. Okay, next one. Oh, this one's kind of late. Let's go to the next one. Okay, here we go. Same thing here. As I said before, Ife, you could pull. If he's a 4, you don't need to block that guy. I know Marlowe is blocking down on another guy, but really we should get a 2-for-1 if Marlowe blocks down on this guy hard. There's no way that that guy's going to get to the play, and you're going to be able to scoop or skip right by him. Okay, and here you're scooping this guy. Molitor should not be working back. Molitor should be working to that guy. I don't know why he's working back. Okay, so that is that. Offensive play. Let's go to trap. Let's watch some of our traps here. Okay, see they're in their odd front here. And I think we adjust nicely to it. We see this odd front. So we got a double back to backer. We're kicking out the 5. And I think we run this pretty good. Ife, you could be a little bit lower. I'd like to see you shuffle down here. You could be more down on the hip. You are under him, but you're not down on the hip. And you stay on him because the hip doesn't disappear, which is excellent. You should stay on him, just like you're doing here. Okay, Burke, watching you pull. Okay, you're nice and low. You're underneath them. You're driving them out, running your feet, and you put them on the ground. That's excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Next play, they're in their odd front again. We're running trap the other direction. So here we should be caging to the backside. So Burke, I love that you're down on the hip. Okay, right there. That's awesome. Just wish we would shuffle down a little bit more, but I love where your pad level is. And you're putting your hand in the exact right spot. And you look backside and you see that this guy is a mile away. So if that's the case, you can now start working up to maybe a safety, which it looks like that's kind of what you ended up doing, which is good. Okay, Ife watching you. Okay, you're too high. I want you down by the hip. Watch Burke on that last play. And that's where I want you to be. Now, once again, you bring the power, you bring the pop, you run your feet, your hands are inside. You do a nice job with that. But against bigger, tougher opponents, if you're this high, he's just going to stonewall you, and you're not going to get a lot of movement. Okay. Next one here. Okay, same thing. They're in their odd front. Okay, Burke, that's an excellent job. This is just clinic tape of what this is supposed to look like. You punch the hip, you get him over. Okay, he moves. Once again, this backer's an idiot and goes where the play is not going, and so you work up and try to find somebody else. That's excellent. That's what we should do. Ife, I love your pad level here this time, but I think it's unintentional because you trip, which happens. But you get your head on the inside. You get your head on the inside of this guy, and so we got good movement because of Burke. So we're able to get the ball right in the hole and have a nice gain. Just got to keep our feet. Okay, counter. Watch counter here. Okay, counter to the left, so we're kicking a 5. So he's ripping up. Now, really, this should be a cage call because remember, our rule is gap on. So we are basing this guy and our tackle. We should have a tag here where you guys are doubling here, and he really doesn't help you. And Ife, you said I don't really need your help because you take this guy and you throw him into your gap by yourself, which is great. You shot put this guy right in here. I love your base. I love your hands. Your head is under his helmet, and that's exactly where it should be because it totally throws him off. It pops him up, and then I see you take that inside hand and you torque this guy over right into your gap. And that's an excellent. That's exactly how that should be. Now, I would have loved if Alton would have helped you out with that instead of just shoving you in the back, but you didn't even need that help. I love your power position here. This is great. That's excellent. Okay, Burke, watching your kick out here. You get down. Okay, could be a little bit lower here. That would have helped you out. Okay, but we get enough of a punch. We're able to get up and through the hole. Okay, watching here. Let's go to the next one. This is better. Okay, here this is their even front or odd front. I'm sorry. Uh, so we should be kicking that 7. Good. We all trust our rules. So blocking the 4, calling this guy out here. Okay, we're doubling, kicking that guy way out there, which is great. Okay, Ife, watching you. Ife, I like how you chop your feet here. You get out here. This is an open field block. You chop, chop, chop. I wish we would chop just a little bit more. But you get your hands on and you drive, run your feet, and you don't stop. Keep blocking that guy. So on this open field block, you did the right thing by chopping your feet. And I like how you're running them. You got your hands inside, not stopping on the block. That's great. Burke watching you, coming down on the hip. You punch him. You get up to the backer. That's excellent. That is fantastic. We're doing some good stuff. Some really good stuff. Okay, let's watch our boots here. Make sure we're good with that. Okay, we run boot to the right here. Once again, we kind of mess this up here. This guy is not covering any part of your body, Burke. So your rule is gap on double. So we should be doubling with Molitor here. And once again, we don't block the nose because he cats back. And so that's where this play kind of gets ruined here. Thankfully, Ife is able to turn around and help out here, which is good. That's exactly what pickup garbage is. That's exactly why. Now, Ife, once you got right about here, I know you see this guy. You don't know if he's coming or not, but I'd say that's about the right time that you should have done what you did, which is good. Now, Burke, to what just watching on this tag block, what you do here on the tag block is great. That's what we should do on a tag block, but based off the front that we're seeing, we should have been doubling with this with the center here. Okay. Okay, we run boot again here. And now we're going against their even front and they're diving at legs. Okay, and that's fine. So yep, Ife, this is the guy right here. Okay. I hope he called him. That's the guy. Okay, and you're right here and you should be blocking him. That's the guy you should be blocking right there. Okay. What even happened here? Okay, looks like he dropped into coverage for whatever reason. That's interesting. But that would have been the guy you should have blocked and stayed on and logged him. So I want to watch this wham to see if we did gap on double on the backside here. Oh, sure enough. Never mind. We're not going to watch that. Let's watch our pass protection. All right. So we have 2 2s. Okay, they run their little stunt. Ife, you do a nice job picking it up here. Okay, you see him coming across and you help pick that up. Burke, we need to come back here and block this guy. Okay, you do it a little bit too late there, and it kind of gets in the quarterback's face. Let's watch this one. Oh, what the heck? Okay, Burke, I like how you go out and attack him here. That's good. Then start pressing that guy out. Press that guy out. Press that guy out. Don't give up so much ground. Okay, Ife, I like your eyes, and you're able to help out with that guy there. That's excellent. Okay, good job, guys.